Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show. Today, we're going to preview the battle between the Clemson Tigers and the Kentucky Wildcats in Clemson in the ACC SEC Challenge. This is a game that Kentucky is favored by 2.5 points. And if you follow along, you watch this, I'll show you why I think this is almost a guaranteed winner. The prediction I will give you later in this show. The Kentucky Wildcats have a new first-year coach, Mark Pope. So far, so good. 7-0 against a pretty good schedule right now. Clemson has lost just one game. I think they're picked to finish fourth in the ACC this season. But remember, if you're going to bet this game at the 2.5-point spread favoring Kentucky, go to BetMGM, your top sports book for betting on college basketball. Make sure you check them out. You can click on the links in the description down below if you are watching on YouTube. Now, the Kentucky Wildcats will face the Clemson Tigers tonight. Like I said, ACC SEC Challenge. And this is a game that will tip off at 9:30 tonight. UK's last game, they beat Georgia State 105-76. They were picked to finish 8th overall in the SEC. That may still be true because the SEC looks like possibly the best conference in college basketball right now. But I find it hard to believe Kentucky's going to finish 8th. They look really good. They can put the ball in the hole right now. They're decent defensively. They're going to battle Clemson. Clemson is 7-1. They defeated Florida A&M 86-58 on November 29th. The Tigers are predicted to finish fourth in the ACC. Now, the Wildcats. Kentucky dropped 105 on Georgia State in this last game. They shot 60% overall with 62 points in the paint. The Wildcats scored 23 fast break points and 36 points off of the Georgia State turnovers. They led by as many as 35 points and never trailed by more than 3. UK is in its first season under head coach Mark Pope, a former Wildcat forward. The 52-year-old has assembled a very good basketball team. Almost completely new roster, adding transfers from Oklahoma, Dayton, San Diego State, BYU, Wake Forest, among others. Kentucky's top 9 scorers played college hoops elsewhere last season. Now, KenPom rates Kentucky 12th in the nation, including 12th in offensive efficiency and 30th in defensive efficiency. The Wildcats averaged 95.3 points, which is first, on 51.6% shooting, which is 10th in the country. As I said, this team can fill it up. They shoot 38.2% from 3, which is 42nd. Defensively, they surrender 66.8 points, which is 87th, on 37.7% shooting, 30th, including 24.9% from beyond the arc, 6th. The three-point defense is stellar for Kentucky so far this season. Clemson beat Florida A&M by 28 points at his last time on the court, shooting 50% from the floor. The Tigers dominated on the boards, plus 14. But you would expect that, correct? Clemson had lost 4 of his top 5 scorers from last season's squad, but it's still a veteran-led team, as 6 of its top rotation players are juniors or seniors. Guard Chase Hunter, 16.4 points per game, 1.6 steals per game, leads the Tigers in scoring on 51% shooting, including 45% from long range. A few other players to watch on Tuesday versus Kentucky are, you got your center, Victor Lakin, 11.1 points a game, very solid rebounder, averages 6 rebounds a game. You got Chauncey Wiggins, 9.8 points per game. KenPom ranks Clemson 25th in the nation, including 36 in offensive efficiency, 26 in defensive efficiency. The Tigers average almost 80 points a game on 47.7% shooting. These are two teams that can fill it up. The difference here to me is Kentucky is better defensively. So the thing that sticks out to me when I look at this, if you look at the schedule that Clemson's played, they started off by beating Charlestown Southern. They beat St. Francis. They beat Eastern Kentucky. They lost to Boise State by 13. They beat Radford. They beat San Francisco. They beat a decent Penn State team. And then they blew out Florida A&M. The thing I keep coming back to here is level of competition. Clemson has not played that so far this year. I mean, not even close. The best team they played was Boise State, and they lost to them. So my question is here, when you look at a 2.5 point spread here, I know the game is played at Little John Arena, which is going to be going crazy for Clemson. But when I look at these teams and what they've accomplished, I mean, there's a lot of things here that stand out to me. Kentucky's schedule so far has been much tougher. They blew out Wright State. Wright State's decent. They blew out Bucknell. They beat Duke. All right. They blew out Lipscomb. They blew out Jackson State. They blew out Western Kentucky. They blew out Georgia State. Schedule's not rough either. But the thing that stands out to me is Kentucky beat Duke 77-72 a couple weeks ago. The best team Clemson played was Boise State. Boise State beat them by double digits. So when I look at this, I think Clemson being at home here is being overvalued. And I think people are sleeping on how good this Kentucky team just might be. So tonight, I'm going to say Kentucky wins this game 93-84. They covered 2.5 points. I would go to BetMGM and hit this game all day because I think there's no doubt Kentucky wins tonight. All right, guys, remember, follow me on Twitter at Grueling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button on YouTube, and make sure you go to Facebook. Like, follow us there, and go check out thegruelingtruth.com. All right, guys, that's the show for today. I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.